market. I'm selling a 1971 Dodge Charger SE on eBay. I thought I'd give you guys a little video tour of it. I have owned the car for about 10 years. I bought it in 2005, I believe. I actually bought it off of eBay, drove up to Nashville, picked it up from a gentleman that had it. I told a little bit of history on eBay. I think he was the third owner of it. The second owner, I believe, actually blew up the engine. It was a 383 car. He blew up the engine and it sat in his garage, I don't know, for like 15 years, never moved. That's why the floor pans, the trunk are super solid underneath this car. I mean, they got some surface rust on it, but I mean, there's no holes or anything like that on it. The gentleman that I bought the car from put the 440 in it. He never gave me much specs on the engine. I mean, when I did an oil change, I kind of looked for it. And from what I can tell by the stamping, it's a 77 440. He may have gotten it out of an RV or something. I have not done anything to the engine. I put about 40,000 miles on it. You can hear it running. It does have an exhaust leak from the passenger side exhaust manifold. It blew that out probably about 6 months after I put the hypo exhaust on it. Other than that, the only thing I've done to it, the engine-wise, is put a carburetor on it. I've had, of course, a ton of electronic stuff I put on it. It's got a brand new battery on it about a month ago. It's got a performance electronic control unit with their special coil. I forget the company I got it, but it actually bypasses the ballast resistor now, so there's no ballast resistor. It's still there, it's just bypassed now, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. It's got a voltage regulator on it new. I just put an aluminum radiator in it. When I did that, I put all new hoses in it, thermostats. It's got brand new belts on it. The BF Goodrich Radio TAs got less than 3,000 miles on it. I never really drive the car that much. I try to drive it every Saturday to keep it running. I take it out on the freeway and put about 30 miles on it every Saturday, unless we go to a car show or something. The Ramcharger hood, I had soda blasted and it was acid dip before I painted it. It did have some dings in it and stuff like that that I actually repaired. I had it professionally painted, and they did a fantastic job blending it in. I mean, you can't even tell. That's the biggest part of the car is the hood. People love it. It's an original 71 hood. I don't have a lot of the components underneath it. I have the big plastic thing that bolts up underneath it with the flapper door on it. I do have that. I was going to start buying some extra parts for it, but since my car is an AC car, I just kind of stopped production on that because I was deciding what to do with the AC, either take it off or go to a different style compressor. The interior is kind of nice. He redid it all with the original fabric. You can definitely tell it's a 70s fabric. I did put Alpines in the back. There are Alpines in the doors. I do have extra door panels that if somebody wanted to take those out, I do have extra door panels for that. The steering wheel I did add. It's I guess a replica Mopar steering wheel. I do have the original wheel to the car. All the gauges work. It's running right now. Oh, I'm sorry. All the gauges do not work. The clock does not work. But it's got good oil pressure, idling, temperatures. This car never runs hot at all. Even in Houston, 100 degrees. You can drive this car all day long and not worry about it running hot at all with the 440. It's got MagnaFlow exhaust coming out the back that I just had put on probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Other than that, there's the little ding. I wanted to show you guys the body on this. There's a little ding on the door, probably from one of my kids. But let me show you the rust areas or the bubble areas of the car. The car is in phenomenal shape for the paint being, I don't know, close to probably 14, 15 years old. But right back here is an area, I don't know if that's rust or dirt. That was on the car when I bought it 10 years ago, and it's never gotten any bigger or anything. So I don't know what that is, but that's right right here near the deck lid here. The deck lid is solid. The driver's side of the car is phenomenal. There's nothing wrong with the driver's side at all. Very good. The passenger side is the only area that if you're concerned about any type of rust or anything, you can see the dent a little bit better maybe now right there. But there is a little bit of bubbling right here. It's very, very minor. There it is. I mean, that's the only bubbling that occurred in the 10 years I owned the car. And then on the front side of the back tire on the passenger side, there's some bubbling right there too. I don't believe there's any patch panels on this car at all. The trunk is all one piece, it's solid. The doors are all solid. The glass is really in good shape. The passenger's door has got some scratches in the glass, and he gave me basically a brand new piece of glass, which I've never put in 10 years. I did have the windows tinted. Since we don't have to get antique cars here in Texas safety inspected, they're pretty dark. I can't remember if it's legal or not, so you might want to consider that if you have to get your car inspected. The back window's very dark back there. I have these louvers on. I bought them off of eBay. A guy made them for like 6 months and then stopped making them. They can be taken off in about 25 seconds, and there's no holes drilled or anything. There's those little hooks right there that pop off, and it slides underneath the molding there. Other than that, it's a real solid car. The concealed headlight system works fantastic, up and down. The only electrical problem I have right now is, for some reason, about last weekend, the turn indicator stopped working. The emergency flashers work, and I had a new harness put in, God, probably when I first bought the car, and everything worked fine electrically on it. I don't know if it's the flashing can or not. I haven't had a chance to take it or to look at it. The emergencies work, the headlights, tail lights, all the marker lights, all of that works. The heater core, I do have a new heater core. I bypassed the one that leaked, of course, when I first got the car, and I do have a heater core for you too. One other thing too, the neutral safety switch that goes on the transmission, it had popped off. I wouldn't start until I figured out what was wrong with it. I do have a new switch to wire into and put it on there. The little plug, the plastic plug that goes on the transmission, I guess for being so old, it's just kind of a little deformed. It's on there now and it's staying, but I do have a new one of those. Let me pop the hood real quick so you guys can see the car. It's got an electric choke on it. It's got the Mopar hood pins on it that I bought. It's got an inside hood release. That works fine. It's a solid car. I mean, if somebody is more mechanical than me and got more means than me, I got 2 kids in college right now, so I can't put a lot of time and effort into it. There it is right there. There's the new radiator, new battery, Mopar performance valve covers, and air filter. There's the ECU unit that I got. I also got a, you can see where it's bypassed the ballast resistor, new alternator that I put on it. It runs really good. It starts every time. It's an old Mopar. I mean, it runs really good. The engine, I've never really had any troubles with it. It needs a good power wash and stuff. But it's a good solid car, and I know this video is kind of going long, but hopefully it'll help somebody make a decision on it. I hate to give it up, but I just got that in November, and with the proceeds of the Charger, I'm hoping to get this guy supercharged and get into the Corvette world. If you have any questions, you can reach me at 713-703-1011. Well, I just wanted to show you the Ram Charger. Right now, I just have the hood just in the up position. It's just pop riveted up. But I have the other piece that goes right in here, that big plastic piece. But if you put it on, it hits compressor right here. You have to either not have air conditioning or go to that rotary style compressor. That's it. That's almost 10 minutes. I can't believe it's 10 minutes. Let's see. It's got a little oomph when it's got the big Lockmo power. I mean, it's not a bored out or anything like that, but for a big car like that, I think it's got a pretty low rear end in it too, because on the freeway, that thing just keeps wanting to go, 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 go. So that's it. Thanks.